Hello, you're listening to Forbidden Casefiles. This channel exists to uncover records that were never meant to be revisited, stories buried under respectability, paperwork, and silence.
Stories people hoped would disappear when everyone involved was gone.
Tonight's case is not folklore. It isn't a rumor. It happened in plain sight. In April of 1841, a plantation owner in South Carolina made a decision so disturbing that even his peers were unsettled.
A decision that crossed lines no one admitted existed.
He didn't sell land. He didn't sell livestock. He handed over his daughter.
Not through marriage, not through law.
He placed her under the full authority of an enslaved man. By the end of that year, 13 men were dead, and the plantation was gone.
Burned so completely, it barely survived in records.
Spring arrived early that year in Colleton County. The air was thick, heavy enough to feel like breathing through cloth.
The kind of heat that never leaves, even at night.
The Combahee River moved slowly through the low country. Dark water, still, watching. Spanish moss hung from old oak trees. Every road looked the same. Every mile led back to labor.
Rice fields stretched as far as anyone could see.
Hundreds of enslaved people worked knee-deep in water from sunrise to sunset. This was wealth, and everyone knew exactly how it was made. Cypress Grove Plantation sat on 800 acres, respectable, not impressive.
Enough to belong, not enough to matter.
Its owner, Silas Rutledge, wanted more than anything to be counted among the county's most powerful families. He owned 58 enslaved people, comfortable but not elite.
The men he admired owned hundreds, sometimes thousands.
They vacationed in Charleston. Their sons studied in the North. Their names opened doors. Silas's name did not. Silas had married Elizabeth Yancey in 1812. She brought land, order, a respected surname.
She also brought discipline.
Elizabeth kept the books, tracked profits, watched every expense. She died a year later, giving birth. The child was named Catherine. Catherine grew up alone in the large house that never felt safe. Tutors replaced friends. Servants replaced affection.
Silence filled the rest.
By the time she was 28, Catherine weighed nearly 260 pounds. Her body was swollen from years of so-called treatments.
Mercury, laudanum, restraints.
Doctors called it hysteria. They said she was unstable.
They said it was in her nature.
But Catherine wasn't irrational. Catherine was responding to something she had seen when she was 12 years old.
Something no one ever asked her about.
On April 7, 1841, a private courier arrived at Cypress Grove. The letter wasn't sent through the post. It was delivered by hand.
Thick paper, red wax.
Silas recognized the symbol immediately. A scythe crossed with wheat.
The brethren of the harvest.
13 men. No membership lists, no public meetings, only rituals. Silas had borrowed $12,000 over 19 years. Gambling losses, failed investments.
Mistakes no one else was allowed to see.
The letter gave him two options: repay everything or demonstrate loyalty.
Publicly.
The demonstration required his daughter. For 1 full year, placed under the complete authority of an enslaved man.
Not privately, not quietly.
Announced to the county as a medical necessity, a humiliation no one could ignore. Silas spent the night alone in his study. Bankruptcy would destroy him.
Refusal would destroy him faster.
He wrote his acceptance before dawn. 3 days later, another letter arrived. Ezekiel Cross, age 33. Carpentry, herbal medicine.
Quiet, obedient.
That's what the paper said. Ezekiel arrived on April 13th. The wagon stopped at the main house. Silas stepped onto the porch.
Ezekiel did not look down.
He met Silas's eyes. That alone was unsettling. That night, Ezekiel sat alone in his cabin. He removed a folded piece of paper from inside his shirt.
3 names: Sarah, Benjamin, Ruth.
His wife, his son, his daughter, sold away, worked to death. And the man who sold them lived up the hill. Ezekiel did not cry. He planned. The next morning, he was brought to Catherine's room. She was sitting in the dark.
And when she looked at him,
She didn't see another doctor. She didn't see another punishment.
she saw someone who already knew. She stood suddenly, swaying. I know what this is. He's punishing me again. For remembering. For speaking. For refusing to forget.
Ezekiel stayed where he was. What are you supposed to forget?
The question caught her off guard. You do not know.
I know nothing, miss. Only that your father says you are unwell.
Catherine studied him closely. You are not from here.
Virginia, originally, miss.
Do you know what happens in this house? What they do in the cellar?
I do not know what you mean.
Liar. No anger. Just exhaustion. Everyone lies. It's easier than truth. Leave me alone. Tell my father his newest torment failed.
Ezekiel moved to the window and pulled the curtains open.
She cried out, covering her eyes.
When did you last go outside, miss?
I can't walk that far. I'm too weak.
When did you last eat without laudanum?
The medicine is necessary. Doctors say so.
What if the doctors are wrong?
Her hands lowered. What did you say?
What if everything you've been told about your condition isn't meant to heal you, but to control you? What if your father has been poisoning you for years so you'd never be well enough to speak about what you saw?
Silence. Her hands stopped shaking. He told you.
Your father told me nothing, but I have eyes. I know mercury poisoning. I know long-term laudanum use. Healthy women do not become like this by accident.
Why would you say this? This is a trick.
I'm offering to help you become well, clear-minded, strong enough to leave this room. It will hurt. You will feel worse before you feel better, and your father will not approve.
Then why would you do it?
Because I want Silas Rutledge to suffer. And the best way to do that is to give him back a daughter who remembers everything and can speak about it.
You want revenge on my father?
Yes, miss.
What did he do to you?
He sold my family, my wife, my 2 children. He died because he wanted to impress men who worship cruelty.
The brethren. Not a question.
Do you know them?
You will learn. Everyone does. If I agree, what happens then?
You get well. Then we decide what comes next. I have my revenge to plan. You have yours.
I want them all dead. My father, Judge Pelham, Reverend Crenshaw, every man who stood in that cellar. I want them to know it's coming.
Then we understand each other. If we are conspirators, use my name.
I have killed before. 3 people. They disappeared. So do not plan to use me.
I believe you, and I won't betray you.
Good. Then let us begin. One condition. When this is over, I want to die.
Agreed. Over the following week, Ezekiel began the treatment. The medicine was reduced. Her body resisted.
The pain was real.
When the worst passed, she was clearer than she'd been in years. On April 29th, 41 people gathered for dinner. The county's most respected names filled the room. Catherine sat at her father's side, calm, watching. Silas stood. My daughter is improving, he said. Ezekiel will now assume full responsibility for her care. The room shifted. Shock, confusion. You are placing your daughter under slaves' authority? One man asked. Silas answered without hesitation. My daughter's health matters more than convention. But surely, Reverend Crenshaw said carefully, there are other options. A companion, a nurse, someone more appropriate. Silas's expression hardened. I have made my decision. Catherine agrees. Do you not, daughter?
All eyes turned to Catherine. This was the moment. She could refuse, expose everything, bring it all crashing down. Instead, she smiled. Small, controlled. I trust my father's judgment. Ezekiel has been kind. His treatments help. I am content with this arrangement.
Perfectly delivered. But Ezekiel saw what others missed. Her knuckles white around the napkin, the flash in her eyes. She was playing the obedient daughter. Inside, she was screaming. The evening dragged on. Awkward conversations. Some guests left early. Others stayed, whispering privately. Ezekiel caught fragments. Is this wise? What will people say? The brethren won't approve of this becoming public. That last one came from Judge Pelham. Silas replied too quietly to hear, but whatever he said made Pelham nod. By midnight, the house emptied. Catherine went to her room. Silas retreated to his study. Ezekiel finished cleaning and went upstairs.
Come in. She sat by the window, still in her dinner dress, looking out into the dark grounds. It is done then. I am officially your responsibility. Property of property. How absurd.
How are you feeling, miss?
I want to burn this house down with everyone in it. But we must be patient. Isn't that what you tell me?
Yes, miss.
I agreed because I want them to feel secure. I want them to think this is just my father's eccentricity. I want them to forget about me while we work. Did you see their faces? The disgust, the pity. They think I am weak. They have no idea what's coming.
And what exactly are we planning, miss? Catherine crossed to her dresser and opened a wooden box. Inside, papers, pages of handwriting. I've been documenting everything for years. Dates, names, rituals. Coded. Enough to destroy 20 men. Will anyone believe us? A woman labeled mad and an enslaved man?
No, which is why we need proof. The brethren keeps a ledger. Every ritual, every sacrifice, every member. They keep it so everyone is equally guilty.
Where is it? In the cellar. Hidden room beyond the main chamber. My father travels May 14th. 3 days. That's our window. They planned quietly. Layouts, schedules, keys. When Ezekiel left her room, it was nearly 2 in the morning. He sat alone, holding the paper with 3 names: Sarah, Benjamin, Ruth. In 2 weeks, he would go into the cellar. The days passed calmly, too calmly. Catherine grew stronger, sharper.
The Brethren isn't local. It's a network. Charleston, Savannah, New Orleans, different names, same structure. They kill those who won't be missed, and the ledger records everything.
May 14th arrived. Silas left early. They waited until night.
Are you sure? I am more sure than ever.
The cellar door opened. The smell hit immediately.
You get used to it.
They descended. The altar sat at the center. Dark stains told their story.
Here.
The hidden chamber opened. The ledger sat alone. Massive, bound in leather. He opened it. Names, dates, 37 victims, at least. They hadn't just killed, they had eaten. Dear God.
I watched them. When I was 12, they told me I imagined it, but I knew.
He found the entry. 3 lines. That was all. We take this.
No, we copy it first.
They worked for hours, until light flared. Silas stood in the doorway, flanked by men. I'm impressed. I didn't think you'd find the inner chamber. You were supposed to be in Charleston. I never trusted your recovery. You poisoned me for 16 years. It was necessary.
I watched you murder a woman and eat her, evil
is a simple word.
They were locked in the study. I kept the papers. He didn't search me. That won't save us. We're not dying tonight. The brethren assembled, 13 men. The circle was complete. Silas spoke. They found the ledger. Judge Pelham answered, then silenced them. I disagree. My daughter is blood. Silas turned to Ezekiel. I offer you membership, not equal, but useful. I will give you revenge. Edward Gaines, Alabama. No protection. If you refuse, you both die tonight. Bodies in the swamp. Everything erased. All it costs is your soul. Ezekiel looked at Catherine.
She shook her head. Do not do it. Whatever happens, do not become them.
Ezekiel was thinking. Accept the offer. Get inside their organization. Gather evidence. Buy time. He looked back at Silas and Catherine. What happens to her? She returns to her room, resumes her medications, forgets what she has seen. No, I will not forget again. I will not be silenced. Kill me if you must, Father, but I will not pretend I do not know what you are. Silas's expression hardened. Then you have made your choice. Wait. Ezekiel spoke quickly. I accept, but on one condition. Catherine goes free, not back to her room, free. Leave this house, leave South Carolina, give her money, let her start over. If you do that, I will join you. Silas considered. Finally, he nodded. Very well. Catherine will be sent north, Philadelphia, new identity, stipend to live on. She can never return. She will be dead to everyone here. No, I will not leave you to... Agreed. Ezekiel interrupted. She goes free. I join you. Then we have a bargain. Catherine leaves tomorrow. Ezekiel's initiation in 3 weeks. Until then, under watch. Try to escape or contact anyone. Deal void. Both die. Understood? Ezekiel nodded. Trust me. At dawn, Catherine left, closed carriage, disappeared into the trees. No goodbye. But she had looked back once, and in her eyes she saw understanding. She knew this was strategy, not defeat. The next 3 weeks were endless. Constant watch, menial work, access to study, access to cellar. He watched, learned, mapped weaknesses. At night, alone, he thought. How far would he go? What lines would he never cross? What was he willing to become? June 2nd, night before initiation. Silas came. May I come in? He entered the sparse room. Tomorrow you will become one of us. Not fully, never fully, but enough. Do you understand what that means? I understand what I agreed to. Do you? Do you truly? Silas sat. The Brethren has existed 43 years, never lost a member to exposure, never broken code of silence. Why? Because everyone is guilty, and because we take care of each other. A man joins the Brethren, doors open, legal problems disappear, enemies falter. Even as an associate, resources unimaginable. In exchange, you help us maintain order, strong over weak, powerful over powerless. You killed my family to demonstrate commitment to that order. I did, and I would do it again. Sentiment is weakness. Love is weakness. Care more about individuals than power? You've already lost. But here is what I want you to understand. Your family is dead. Nothing changes that. But you can ensure their deaths meant something. You can use the power of the Brethren to prevent others from suffering. You can work from inside to advocate for better conditions. You will have a voice that matters. Almost convincing. Almost. The moment you participate in rituals, compromised, accept their power, corrupted. Why tell me this? Because I want you as an ally, more valuable than as an enemy. I killed your family, but I do not want to kill you. Tomorrow night you will be tested. Whatever you are asked, do it. Do not hesitate. Do not show weakness. Fail, and both you and Catherine die. I know she is not in Philadelphia. She is hiding, planning revenge. But if you fail, she dies too. Do you understand? I understand, Ezekiel said quietly. June 3rd, midnight. Ezekiel tied, led into candle-lit cellar. 13 members in robes, Silas at the head. 2 members brought a young woman forward, bound, gagged, terrified. This is your test, Silas said. You must take the knife, make the first cut, prove your desire for revenge against Gaines overrides morality. Refuse, you die. Accept, you become one of us. Candles flickered, shadows danced. Silas held the knife, long, wickedly sharp. Take it. Ezekiel looked at the woman. Her eyes held every enslaved person who had suffered. He saw Sarah, Benjamin, Ruth, himself. He looked at the knife, at Silas, at the 13 watching. The moment of choice. He took the knife, then stabbed the nearest brethren member. Chaos, blood, fire, fighting. He freed the woman. Run, he shouted. She fled. The enslaved people Catherine had recruited surged in, armed, raging, decades of cruelty unleashed. The brethren fell. Silas grabbed Catherine, knife to throat. Do it. Kill me, it changes nothing. I remembered everything, and I will watch you die. Ezekiel faced Silas. You took everything from me, for no reason except cruelty. No mercy, not for you, never ever. The cellar emptied of power, only justice remained. Now we burn it all. Justice, the ledger? No, this is justice, the only kind. They poured oil, stacked wood, placed bodies, kept the pages of Ezekiel's family. Then, fire. The house burned, Cypress Grove destroyed, the story carefully orchestrated, tragic accident. What will you do now? Go north, use chaos to disappear, help others escape. I go west, use stolen funds. I cannot bring them back, but I can protect others. I will document it all, hide it, code it, leave it for the future. Cypress Grove reduced to ash. Official story, tragic accident. Silas and 12 men dead. Catherine Rutledge disappeared. Ezekiel vanished. Whispers remained. Stories, legends, truth remembered in memory, witness, and history unseen. Power built on cruelty is never solid. The powerless often hold the most dangerous power of all, the power of witness, the power of memory, the power of refusing to forget. Do you believe the journal still exists? Will someone find it one day? Leave your comment, subscribe, share. These stories must be remembered. These voices must be heard.